love. We are, it's just today and tomorrow, 2 more days. 2 more days. But today we are here to look at bringing more joy into your life. And what a wonderful, I almost burst into song, what a wonderful time of year for us to be doing that. Now, when we talk about joy, what I'm really talking about is you stepping into feeling empowered. So many people want to know how to empower themselves, and it's such a, I want to say cliche, but that's the wrong word. It's an overly used term in the personal development industry, and I know that I feel like I overuse it sometimes too. But the reason why is because it perfectly describes exactly what happens when you start putting EAM into practice. And those of you that have been following the Fear to Love Lives with us over the last few weeks, I know if you've followed every single one of these, or even if you've only followed a few of them, I know that there will be something inside of you that feels, the only way I can describe it is like this. I know that's not really a word, but it's just this calm knowing, this inner sense, this sense of strength that doesn't come from a place of push or fight. It's just almost oozing out of you. And I mean ooze in a nice way, not like ooze. Empowerment is an inside empowered piece of the puzzle. That one emotion, once you've got that, there is literally nothing in life that you can't handle. It's not to say that it won't rock you. It's not to say that you might have a bad day. It's not to say that you might get upset or frustrated or overwhelmed. But if you remember the other day, and we talked about those toys, the Weeble Wobbles, the Weebles wobble, but they won't fall down. The things that used to knock down and come back up. That is what true empowerment is actually about. It's about being able to ride, and you might have seen me talk about this, and if not, hang around because I'm sure I'll teach it at some other point. The true wave of flow through life, which does mean that life goes through ups and downs. People often have this mad perception that flow or alignment or abundance is this magical unicorn fairyland place where everything is happy and shiny all of the time and nothing bad ever goes wrong. And the truth is, if you remember the other day, we were talking about the flow of everything goes through this change cycle, moving from yin to yang. There will always be comparative highs and comparative lows, but it doesn't mean that the lows are bad. And the beautiful thing is, I really wish I'd got my flip chart out again now. I'm really tempted. I might do it tomorrow. The beautiful thing with going on the journey of alignment is, even though it might feel like you're constantly up and down, up and down, up and down, like you're out at sea, one, if that is the case, it means you are in flow, because that is what the movement of energy actually does. It moves from yin to yang, yin to yang. That's movement, which means there's also progress, which means you aren't standing still, you aren't staying stuck. It means that there is momentum of energy moving you towards where you want to be. Now, the other thing to think about, if you can imagine this up and down movement is more like a staircase, and that what feels like a low here is actually a high in comparison to where you were previously. You probably started your journey here, and this up and down movement has actually been doing something more like this. So what you experience now as a low is actually previously your high from all of the things that you've done the work on that got you to this place. This is what the journey to changing your life really looks like. And anyone who tries to tell you that it's just this like straight upward trajectory, like do this one thing and all of a sudden you're going to skyrocket to the moon and never come back, it's a load because as there are so many things that influence this journey of change. So back to today, the reason we want you to feel empowerment, the reason we want you to feel joy is because once you've got it, you can ride this whole wave of change with whatever it is that's going on around you. You can never go back. The beautiful, beautiful thing about putting EAM into practice is you can never go back. You can never go back to where you were because you've always done the work on letting go of what was. Doesn't mean that situations might not reoccur. Doesn't mean that you might not have a bad day, but you're a completely different person stood here today dealing with it than you were a week ago, 10 days ago, a year ago. So true empowerment is about knowing that you can always get back to this place. And the reason that we want you to feel this is so that you know you can always put the 5 steps of EAM into practice to change whatever it is that's going on around you. Does this make sense? I feel like I'm completely chatting to myself, which in some respects I am, because there's nobody else in the room with me. But does this make sense? Is this resonating with you? Now, one of the other reasons I love the empowerment piece is because many of you might know this Fear to Love journey was actually the very, very, very first program I started sharing with EAM nearly 5 years ago. And over the years, we've actually run 3 research studies with this program previously, and we've had thousands of people go through. And what we were actually able to see from the data was 175% of people went from feeling disempowered, feeling overwhelmed, feeling fearful, powerless, disappointed, to being empowered in less than 7 days. Less than 7 days. People went from here up to here. And that blew our minds when we first actually saw it on paper. Everyone coming back and saying, this is what I really got from this. I just have this sense. I just have this feeling. I just feel empowered to be able to do, to be able to change what I'm thinking and feeling. And that is our biggest, biggest wish for you. So with all of that said, now is time for us to do some work today on releasing anything that's standing in the way, anything that is preventing you from connecting to true empowerment, to joy, so that you know that you've got this weeble wobble and we all don't fall down, whatever the thing was, resilience inside of you to be able to pick yourself up and continue on every single day on the journey to changing your life. So, time for you to stand. Let's do this work together. And I want you to close your eyes, take a nice deep breath in. Those of you who are new, please follow the link on this video to actually learn the 5 steps of EAM for yourself. Okay, nice deep breath in, arms down by your sides. And again, we're going to do work for you and for mass consciousness too. Ask yourself, step 1. Am I holding any resistances or reversals that prevent me from being empowered? Or is there anything standing in the way of me feeling joyful and empowered? And then I want you to take a nice deep breath in and out. And you should probably notice your body sway forwards or backwards. That's step 2. Your body's going to move. Step 3. 2 ways to do step 3. What's happening in your energy? So when you think about this, where are you noticing this resistance? Is it on your left? Is it on your right? Is it above you? Is it below you? Is it behind you? And then if not, then you can work on using numbers. So how many things are standing in the way, or how many resistances to being empowered do you have? So is it more than 100, more than 1,000, more than 10,000, however many that might be? just find that number, and then step 4, we're going to work through releasing all of this together. We're going to go through this twice, one for you, and then we're going to do one together for mass consciousness again, because we can, just because we can. So I am ready to release anything and everything that is standing in the way, holding me back or preventing me from connecting to my true empowerment. I release all of this from my energy in all forms, on all levels, at all points in time. I am ready to release anything and everything that might be standing in the way of me connecting to my true place of empowerment. I release any and all resistances, patterns, emotions, or reversals that may prevent me from being empowered. I release this from my energy in all forms, on all levels, and at all points in time. I am ready to release any and all resistances or reversals to being truly empowered. I release anything standing in my way of connecting to joy and empowerment. I release all thoughts, beliefs, emotions, patterns that might be standing in the way for me. I release it all from my energy, in all forms, on all levels, and at all points in time. Take a really nice, deep breath in. Now, so those of you who still have your eyes open and wondering why I'm wobbling around, it's just energy moving. I'm very kinesthetic, so I feel everything. And some of you might experience this too. It's just energy shifting through you as you do the work. So we are now going to do this for sending this out to mass consciousness, to society, to other people around you. And remember, as we do this work for everyone ourselves, it's also connecting out to everyone else too. So let's release anything that's standing in the way of people being empowered, alive and awake. I am ready to release any interference, communications, patterns, messaging, control elements or mechanisms which may be used to disempower or disconnect people. I release this from the mass consciousness. I release it from our society. I release it from media. I release it in all forms, on all levels, and at all points in time. I am ready to release any and all resistances which may be standing in the way of people seeing their truth, being empowered, recognizing their light. I release any control elements which prevent people from being truly connected, joyful, expanded, and empowered. I release all of this from mass consciousness, from society, from the energy field. I release this in all forms, on all levels, and at all points in time. One more time. I am ready to release any elements of control, disempowerment, disconnection, messaging, patterns, interference that may be standing in the way of mass consciousness connecting to being truly empowered. I release this all from my energy in all forms, on all levels, and at all points in time. Amazing. Just those of you who are tuning in, whether you're doing this with us live or whether you're watching the replay, just notice in yourself where you feel the energy shift after we do it for the third time. Okay. There is magic in the threes. There is so much more to teach you, than we're doing here. Okay, step 5. This is the bit that I love. This is what EAM is all about. This is about empowerment. It is literally the core philosophy that runs throughout everything that we do with EAM. It's the way that we teach the mentors. It's the way that we get our mentors to work with you. It's all in the grounded foundations of what we put into practice. As a self-help tool, it is about empowering you and every other individual to be able to find their place of alignment. So, I love this one. In fact, I think it might be my favourite word. I think it's my favourite word. It is. So, step 5. Step 5 for today. So, I want you to, we are going to go out, get a global perspective and connect in with one another again. Just expand your energy, fill the room. Send your roots down through your feet into the earth to make sure that we can connect back in and be grounded. And then bring your awareness back up your spine, out the top of your head. Imagine that you're floating up above yourself through the roof. Out through the clouds. And where I am today, it's really grey and cloudy, but the beautiful thing about going up and raising yourself is that you get a whole new perspective. And above the clouds, above the darkness, the sunshine is always there. So as you come up, I want you to see that beautiful energy, that beautiful warm energy of the sun taking care of us as we come up. Feel that warmth and that light and expansion. And then I want you to look around and see the hundreds of us that are doing this together again. And let's just connect. Hold hands if you want to. Let's just circle this powerful energy all the way around, coming in through your right hand, passing out through your left. And I want you to consciously spin the energy. Imagine it's circling round the whole of the planet through each of us here, creating this vortex, a powerful white light energy vortex. And in through the top of the vortex, I want you to see the word empowerment. And I want you to see that spinning down into the vortex onto the planet. And then I want you to imagine the bottom of a vortex coming out the bottom of the planet, which is darker, and it's sucking with it all of those things, all that we've been releasing, all the darkness that is hurting or restricting or holding people. And I want you to see it coming up like a donut shape to be cleaned. Nothing gets destroyed, everything gets recycled. So imagine that darkness now coming back up, and as it comes back up round to the top of the funnel, it's cleaned and re-energized, and it's turned into this empowering white light. And let's just keep cycling that energy through until you see what's coming out the bottom starts to clear. And now what we have is this beautiful cycling energy that's all high vibration. The bottom half of the planet might be comparatively dark, but it's not resistance anymore. It's just the yin in comparison to the yang. And now arms above your head. I am ready to allow the energy of love, peace, and I want you to imagine these words cycling into this funnel as you do. Love, joy, freedom, expansion, compassion, transparency, knowledge, truth, alignment, and the new paradigm flowing down, in and around. I allow this into my energy in all forms, on all levels, and at all points in time. I am ready to allow this energy of love, joy, empowerment, freedom, happiness, joy, transparency, truth, the new paradigm, light, safety, connection, and support. I allow all of this into me and the energy of the planet as we send this into mass consciousness for everyone we see. I allow this into my energy in all forms, on all levels, and at all points in time. I am ready to allow truth, love, empowerment, compassion, love, joy, connection, awakening, intuition, freedom, and expansion. I allow all of this into my energy in all forms, on all levels, and at all points in time. Nice deep breath in and out. Wow. And just give each other a squeeze of the hand if you're still up there. Allow yourself, if you want to, or when you're ready, to come back down. Just take another glimpse at the sun. Bring that light back with you as we come back down through the clouds, through your roof, back into your body. Just ground yourself back down through your heart, your hips, your knees, your feet back into the earth. Make sure you are reconnected. Whenever you feel ready to, you can open your eyes. Wow. Wow. Thank you, each and every one of you who are here with us every day, every single day doing this, whether you're tuning in live, whether you're doing this on replay, whether you never see this video at all. you will still feel the effects of this work that's happening. And I know that the ripple effects of everything that we've been doing every day over these last few weeks, and we will continue to do way beyond as well, to shift this world into the new paradigm, because I know there are so many people who want to want to see the world that we want to see. And I just thank all of you that are doing your part in, even if all you're doing right now is keeping yourself in a good place. You have no idea how much of a difference that's making by not contributing to the fear and everything else that's happening right now. Continue to see the light, and I don't mean that in a cliche way, but continue to see the new paradigm. Speak the truth, become a truth seeker. That is literally your only work to do, and that truth needs to be resonant for you, not coming from a place of fear, but just see what's happening and see where we want to get to. So for all of you who are still here, tomorrow is our last day. It's our last day live every day. There are still lots of things to come. As I've mentioned these last 2 days, there are 2 things that we've got coming out to help everybody. We've got the daily affirmations pack, which is a really awesome pack of 100 step 5 affirmations, you know, all of these big juicy things that we do together to work on relationships, on money, on health, on thoughts and well-being, on your emotions. We've got so many different pieces of the puzzle there for you, with different affirmation cards that you're going to be able to print out and stick up or have on your phone or share online. And I'm recording the audios for you as well. So all you have to do, like we've been doing every day, is listen along with me. And there's loads of other stuff that's going to be in there, and that's available now on super early pre-sale for just £18, which is ridiculous. And it will be more once we've got the pack ready. So we're working through building it at the moment this month. So if you want to know about that, please just type underneath here and we'll send you a link. Just yes, affirmations. And we'll get you a link over for that so you can grab yours now. And the other thing we've got coming up, which I really want you to be there for, and if you're already part of the community, we would really love you to help us share this. We've got a 1-day live event in January, 16th of January, so it's a Saturday for all the people who are working. Sort out childcare, lock the children. No, I'm not going to say that. I mean, give the children to somebody else to take care of. Give yourself a day for us to do this together. And the link for that's coming out soon. So if you want to know about the live event, please also pop underneath that and we'll send you the link out for those. But we will definitely be sharing those in the next couple of weeks. So thank you. Mwah. Love you guys, and we'll see you for the last one tomorrow. Please let us know underneath this how it went today as well. And I really look forward to seeing you soon. Love you.